Superb drive, this one. Oh, getting a tail out just a little bit on the exit to that. Longhurst.
This is a good indication of what a monstering this Nissan's giving us tyres. The car's starting to get more and more out of shape each time around, whereas Longhurst is keeping it dead straight.
The gap fairly constant then back to Alan Jones and then Jim Richards. They continue to set this pace. I rather doubt Richards can make it up onto the tail of Longhurst. And Longhurst is giving Mark Scaife a fearful time as they come across the line. This is where the Nissan gets away from heading up to the top of the hill.
Jones is only 4.6 seconds behind this battle now. I wouldn't mind betting that you're going to end up with a situation with 4 cars potentially battling for the lead. 2 Nissans, 2 BMWs. And I think the leader will be...
Here it is! Tony Longhurst down on the inside of Mark Scaife. Now, that will obviously get Scaife back wanting to take the lead.
Beautifully clean manoeuvre by Longhurst there. Cleaned up Scaife on the exit to Dunlop Loop. So, for the first time in a long time, a BMW leads the round of the Touring Car Championship.
If what you just said, Neil, is correct, and I have no doubt that it's going to be pretty close, Longhurst is able to get away just a little bit from Scaife. We would expect to see Jones haul in Scaife.
The stopwatch tells the story on the Nissan. Richards has stabilised at about 8.5 seconds.
Well, Jones has made another second in that last lap alone. There's the time that you saw for Scaife, 53.4. Team manager Fred Gibson.
Is AJ. He'd be loving this.
Yeah, after all the pressures of...
Oh, just locks up one. That's going to let Jim close up a little bit. Locking up one going into the left-hander at Sutton's, but he picks it up nicely.
He's only 5.9 seconds behind the leader and his teammate Tony Longhurst, and he probably just added a second to that. But that's the knife edge the BMW's on. You've got to keep the thing so close to the edge of its performance all the time that one little mistake and it can really hurt. Other cars, it's possible to sometimes recover a little bit easier than this car, which relies on being wound up like a top.
Well, he won't crack it for a smile, but I think he'd be delighted at the moment. That's Frank Gardner, team manager for Tony Longhurst. Frank, like the good old days, son.
It's a long time between drinks, isn't it, Mike?
Yes, I can't remember the last victory in the touring car round here for BMW, but you've put the package together nicely. And I'll tell you what, young Tony's driving a treat here today.
Well, it's a long way to go still. If we win here, it's a bonus. I was hopeful of Lakeside next time around, but I suppose I'm like everybody else. I'm beginning to believe that the Nissans are invincible.
Dick Johnson in the pits. Car number 17, change of rubber for Johnson. Led the race early and did it superbly.
Well, it was an experiment for these guys. They were running a new type of tyre, so it was a worthwhile experiment, certainly.
Well, he heads back out as Jimmy Richards heads up Bitchapave Hill.
What's the difference between him and Little Miss Muffet?
What's that, Dick?
They both got turds in their way. Well, I got Nissans.
Yes, you steamed away from the field. It looked pretty good there, but it didn't take long, I guess, for the tyres to go off.
No, and we're about almost in the same boat again.
Truly.
Yep. Well, I'll see you later, Mark. He's just sort of kind of had a bit of a...
That was Scaife.
Yeah.
He just shot off.
Yep, he's obviously got the same problem as most of the cars out here at the moment. His tyres. And the guy behind me, he's been looking after him like you wouldn't believe.
Isn't he? He's done a pretty fair job, hasn't he?
He's done a great job.
All right, mate, I'll let you concentrate. Thanks for the chat.
No worries.
And for the comedy spot.
Thanks, pal.
Last lap out. Good idea also to see the last lap board in these time 50-minute races. They head to the top of Bitchapave Hill for the final time.
Oh, it's going to be close.
It is going to be close, but Longhurst in the 25 Benson and Hedges BMW is going to break the Nissan stranglehold on this year's Australian Touring Car Championship. There's the gap. You can see it as Longhurst comes into traffic. Back of the car just a touch skatey as he came through there. Coming up on the Ashby car up on the inside. No trouble here. Oh, he holds him up just momentarily. Now picks up a gear and tries to race down to the lake corner because Richards will close in this part of the circuit. 2 corners to go. Round 6 of the Shell Australian Touring Car Championship. David and Goliath. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be David's day here today. Last corner comes up. Round 6, and we're going to have a win for Tony Longhurst in the Benson and Hedges BMW. Second is going to be Jimmy Richards, a superb effort from position number 22 in the field. Third, Mark Scaife. So Nissan second and third.
A new brand for 1991. Congratulations, Tony Longhurst. Tony, you, Alan Jones, Frank Gardner, the entire team have worked very hard for this, and finally a breakthrough.
It's hard to believe, isn't it?
It's fabulous.
I drove a fantastic race. It was very, very difficult.
No, you didn't.
I think we should have the Nissans off the back of the grid from now on, but it's great.
And congratulations, Tony. And Mike Raymond, what's that done to the point score?
Well, let's have a look. Jimmy Richards on 110 to Mark Scapes 92, Longhurst on 66, Alan Jones on 40, and